Good morning, everyone. My name is Syed Abdul Mateen, and our project topic is automatic wheelchair control based on eye gaze recognition. My teammates are Nisha, Aishwarya, and Nabila. Our batch code is 9, and this project is being done under the guidance of Professor Santosh E.
Let's begin with the problem identified. As we know, there have been enormous advances in the field of locomotion. Humans have constantly been trying to bring new innovations to improve transportation technology, such as smart helmets and self driving cars, which make a normal person's life easier, safer, and more luxurious. However, these methods fail when it comes to people with motor disabilities. WHO states that there are 75 million disabled people who are wheelchair bound, and a wheelchair has been in existence for almost 5,000 years, but there's no major transformation to benefit common people with disabilities. There are additional setups which can be installed, but they are very expensive and are not affordable by everyone. We have noticed completely disabled people around us traveling with the help of a caretaker too. So, in order to overcome these drawbacks, we have come up with a method that uses image and video processing techniques along with Internet of Things to bring together a system which is not only easy to use but also affordable and which makes the person move independently without much discomfort. This independence is achieved by making use of eye gaze recognition technique where the user's gaze is detected, direction is tracked, and this gaze output is fed into IoT setup which controls the direction of the wheelchair. Moving on to system requirement specification, this consists of analysis process that enables a success of a project under assessment. First is functional requirements, which is nothing but basic facilities that the system offers beginning from the input given, operations performed to expected results. Mainly, our project consists of three modules, that is end user, a software and a hardware module. End user is a person who uses the final product, that is our automated wheelchair. We use this user's recorded video as input to our prototype. Then comes the software module, wherein the user's eye center is detected and gaze direction is determined using video processing techniques available in OpenCV libraries. Finally, a hardware module that consists of IoT setup required to control the wheelchair motion by feeding the output from software module, that is gaze direction, as input to this. Second is non-functional requirements, which are quality constraints or attributes a system has to satisfy as mentioned while defining the solution. First is mobility, which is also the main attribute we have set to achieve. The system should promote smooth movement without causing much discomfort to the user. Next is user friendliness, which enables easy usage of the system since there are no complex attachments and the user doesn't have to learn all the controls. Then comes maintainability. It defines the time period required to fix an issue that occurs. It might be a failure of component or necessity to improve the performance. Lastly, cost effectiveness, which is also one of our main goals. The system should be affordable price since it is targeted at general public. Also, the components required by the system must be available at lower cost in case if there's any replacements to be made.
In hardware requirements, we are using Arduino Uno and Bluetooth module HC05 or HC06 depending on availability and servo motors. In software requirements, operating system would be Windows 7 and above. In coding language, we are using Python and Arduino IDE, Anaconda IDE.
Coming to design details, our project is mainly divided into two parts, which is video processing and gaze detecting and the hardware setup. First step is to upload the video, upload a pre-recorded video, and the pre-recorded video will consist of one single eye. Then we crop the video for the region of interest and convert the region of interest to grayscale. This is done to ease the recognition of the darkest part of the eye. Then we eliminate noise in the grayscale frames. Then binarization is done to the noise eliminated grayscale frames. Contours are drawn Contours are the boundaries drawn over the darkest parts of the eye. Contours are then sorted and the larger contour is taken into consideration, and the gaze is tracked using binarization output. At last, the gaze is recognized and the direction is recognized as 1 as right, 2 as left, 3 as center or straight, 4 as 4 for upwards, which will direct for the straight direction for a few seconds or minutes, 5 down, which will direct downwards, which will indicate backwards for a few seconds or few minutes. Next is the hardware setup. The Bluetooth HC05 or HC06 is connected to the Arduino Uno and is used to retrieve the input, which is the eye gaze direction. So these inputs direct the servo motor, which would be connected over to the front wheels of the wheelchair. Based on the input, the wheelchair would be able to move in the direction. So
Use case diagram. Use case diagram. At first, actor will upload the recorded video, then the recorded video which undergo for processing using video processing technique, and then gaze will be detected, and also tracking of direction is also done. After that, detected gaze given to the IoT setup as output. Then wheelchair move according to the input.
Sequence diagram. First, the user will upload the target video to the system. In the system, the eye will be cropped from the video frame and then it will be converted into the grayscale. Then the noise will be eliminated and binarization will be done. Eye contours are detected and finally the gaze direction will be recognized. This eye gaze direction will be extracted by Bluetooth HC05 or HC06 as input, which is the hardware IoT setup of the wheelchair. In the IoT setup, the gaze direction output will be fed as input. The input will be processed and motion of the wheelchair takes place. Coming to the work progress, the sequence of work done till date goes on this order. First, we have used the OpenCV libraries to process the uploaded video. Then the region of interest, that is the pupil, was detected, for which binarization was done. And then the eye contours were detected and sorted. Finally, the eye gaze was tracked, for which we are working to improve its accuracy. The gaze direction is yet to be determined. The output of this gaze direction will be given to the hardware setup, which moves in the direction specified by the given input. Thank you.
For this, what we are using is like the video processing. So as of now, we have put it as like each frame, like all the frames go, but each frame is going in like 30 milliseconds this gap. They have recorded the video of 22 seconds, in which each frame is going in like 30 milliseconds.
Okay, once gauge is detected, you assume the gauge is detected, it in the straight direction. Then the robot has to move, sorry, chair has to move.
Yes, sir.
For
Yes,
certain distance, right? So,
yes, sir.
How many meters that robot moves?
Sir, what we have planned to do is that we'll set up the time for time seconds, like this much of time. And like when we have plan for the hardware setup, in the IoT part, while we code the IoT setup, we'll plan for a time period. For this much time period, it should move straight, it should move right. If the right direction for this much time setup, it should move right. And
okay,
in software
now you assume.
part, yes, sir.
Okay, you assume you have set 3 seconds for the movement. Okay,
yes,
when
sir.
it reaches move 3 seconds, then only you need to consider the next gauge information.
Yes, sir. Then only we'll take the next gauge information.
Okay. Then you will not consider every frame. So you need to set a delay. Based on the delay, you need to capture image. Okay. Now, what is the hardware specification?
Sir, hardware specifications for which like we are taking
RPM. Stepper motor speed.
Stepper, sir, not yet researched about it.
That thing you need to be considered before proceeding in your project, because you have done gauge identification, location tracking, and the movement. So
Yes,
if
sir.
you not know the speed of the wheelchair, then you cannot proceed.
Okay,
Because
sure,
the distance, if the RPM is high, then the distance coverage is high. If RPM is less, distance coverage is less. Right?
Okay,
So,
yes, sir, got it.
Got it.
Yes, sir,
So
I got
number
it.
of frame extraction is depends upon the wheel movement.
Yes,
the
sir,
speed
yes,
of the wheel.
Wheel. Yes,
So if
sir.
the speed of the wheel is high, then you need to consider more frame. If
Yes,
the
sir.
speed of the wheel is less, then you need to consider less frames.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir, I got it. Any more questions, sir?
Okay, that's all.
Okay, sir, in the chat box, Prasanna sir has already put like the questions which sir has asked during exhibition. Yes, sir, the questions which were asked during the exhibition. So the first question was.
I responded to him. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the question was, how are we like which mathematical algorithm or how are we drawing this grid over the binarization screen? So, sir, for now, what we have like till now, what we researched, there were some line drawing algorithms. So, what we thought is instead of using line drawing algorithms, it would be better to use the Turtle library, like which is also for the graphics library in Python. So with as of now, what we have planned is to use Turtle library. We are still further researching over it, but as of now, we are fixed for Turtle library.
Okay. Any more questions from any other participants? Students, as a students, even you can question them. It's not you'll just sit in the meet. You can ask them if you have any sort of doubts. Fine, Matin. Matin, you just go to use case diagram. Just go to use case diagram. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Over here.
Fine. Matin, I don't have any problem with any other diagram, but only problem with this use case diagram is. So, yes, for your application, who is the actor?
Sir, actor, we have specified it as an actor because actor can be either user, either system. We have not specified it as user or system.
You're taking
you
it
should be Yeah, that is true. Actor can be anyone. Actor can be, it can be a system, it can be a subsystem or a user. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I understand. But for your application, whatever right now you're building, who is the actor? That should be clear enough.
Okay, sir.
One more thing is that when you're going to draw use case diagram, the very first point, usually I mention it, and I think even I discussed with you people also, it should contain a system boundary. So without system boundary, you cannot, because when you say system boundary, when you put some rectangular box over here, so the system boundary will tell what is the internal functionality of system and who is the external user of the system. And the external user will become the actor. Okay, so now upload recorded video. Who is going to do this?
User is going to do this.
Who is the user? Who is the user here?
The person, disabled persons.
Who is using the wheelchair.
And so this should be clear enough. I think this use case diagram right now, whatever we are presenting, it is not serving any purpose of understanding your system with the purpose of use case diagram. It is not serving any purpose. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So then in the next presentation, if you are doing it out, please be clear with this. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions from any other participants?
From any other people?
Santosh.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Actually, they are doing based on IoT, na?
Yes, sir.
Automatic wheelchair control based alva. See, there is one diagram hakidare. So actor is nothing but patient, or anybody?
Yes, sir. He is a disabled person, sir.
So user diagram
disabled person. ಓಕೆ.
ಸೊ ಯೂಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಪ್ಪೇಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು
ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ.
How do they identify the eye gauge? See, gauge output given to IoT setup anta idiyala. Where do you keep this gauge identification system?
Sir, this gauge identification system is like first it is getting detected. Like first, only one single eye we are considering.
Which device you are going to identify
sir,
the
for,
eye?
Sir, it's a pre-recorded video which we are uploading. From that, we are extracting the gaze.
What is actually the purpose of your project? What is the outcome of your project?
Sir, the main motivation was to make a disabled person move independently. So for that,
what is
the use of move independently? But you are using the recorded video.
No, sir, the recorded video will be an initial this thing. So this project, it's like a vast project. This is not to be completed in 1 year. This has many steps. So the step which we have done is the initial step, the step 1 now. So the future enhancements will be step 2. Future enhancements, for future enhancements, what and all can be taken as consideration is there are some diseases also to be taken into consideration for disabled persons, like squint eye, twin eye, all those things. So to make it easier for future enhancements, that is the only reason we are considering a single eye, so that a disabled person's caretaker or a help person can just record the video and upload it to the system. This thing is a basic step. So this thing, this step 1 can be carried out further for the live implementation also. Live implementation would be difficult as in the first step. So we were asked to go with the pre-recorded video, which would be a bit easier for basic step.
So the one thing you should clear, but when you are using IoT based, it should be live.
Yes, sir.
IoT, when you are doing the mentioning the technology which is going to use in your project, IoT, then you have to do it online. And there are a lot of projects being done about this wheelchair, even in the hospitals and all. So IoT based only, you just go to literature survey and collect some information. And the thing is, see, if you connect any IoT sensors to the wheelchair, so it gives information to the main person who is sitting in the control room or who is controlling all these mentally retarded wheelchairs. So every second it is sending the information to them.
Yes, sir.
And there are some, they use the artificial intelligence. So there are some information, once the information comes to the control room, automatically the decision is taken by the equipment or devices without the human intervention.
Yes.
So these things has to be covered in your this. This is actually, by looking, it is just like a simple project.
Okay, sir. Well,
so you need to add all this when you are using IoT. Adike ಮಾಡಿ IoT ಮೇಲ್ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ when you connect the number of sensors.
Yes, sir.
See, ಈಗ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫ್ರೀ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ.
Yes,
so sir. After studying this, you will give some information. Mentally retarded patients wheelchair ಹೀಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. But when you are applying online or live, then you need to consider all this information so that your project will be good.
Okay, sure, sir. We'll take all these things into consideration.
Some cameras, sensors, movements. When you connect this, when you see one project, somebody was asking about this stepper motor and all.
Yes,
see,
sir.
Once the information is got, how much it has to move. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ವೀಲ್ ಚೇರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಏನೋ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅವನು, ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ದಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ IoT. IoT is nothing but sharing the credentials from between the equipments, and sometimes the machine is going to take the decision.
Yes, sir.
Without the human intervention. So this technology has to be applied in your project, I think.
Yes,
okay, sure.
Once everything is set in the wheelchair, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ವೀಲ್ ಚೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಏನೋ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ರಿಟಾರ್ಡ್ ಒಂದ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಅವ್ರ ಫುಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ, ಅವ್ನ ಫುಡ್ಡೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಅವ್ನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ನಾ. ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆ ತರ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಬೇಕಂದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಫುಡ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So based on that, the wheelchair has to move towards that side. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಏನೋ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಶೂರ್ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ನೀವು ಐ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವೀಲ್ ಚೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಬರಬೇಕು
ಸರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ sir, if it is like camera and it is in like a web camera we are using, it will become the live implementation now. So it will become yes sir. So initially we had planned like that only. It was becoming more complex for us to do. So the reviewers like asked us to go with a pre-recorded video, which would be an easier version of it. So that like as in step 1 we can use the easy pre-recorded video. So, and like future enhancement
that won't serve any purpose, na? That won't serve any purpose because see this, you know, what is the use of that? That's what I told you in the beginning. It is just like one case study yesterday.
Yes sir.
You are doing some study about
Sir, actually initially when we were discussing about this project, it was something like for the wheelchair itself we are going to have camera and you're going to control the complete wheelchair using the camera input, sir. Yes. But later what happened, if you are involving camera in that wheelchair and all, the calibration details also we require. So so what I suggested them is, so the wheelchair what you're going to have, we're going to have a robot kind of thing, and we are going to control that robot, a kind of wheelchair from our application, and our application input will be from pre-recorded video at initial stage, sir. When this is going, once we get the working model of this complete system, so obviously they are going to try to upgrade with the camera on the wheelchair, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. That is okay. Good. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. Thank you, Andres. Thank you, Prasanna, sir.